Hello. Right, the experimenting is starting again. I should be writing my dissertation proposal, but I'm experimenting with art instead because I'm an artist and this is what we do. We have to write essays and that, but at the same time, experiments. So going on what's happened before is I tried to develop a photograph on a leaf and it didn't work. Which leaf? So today's experiment is using this leaf. Now this leaf I picked last week and I've kept it in the dark for a week. It's been in the dark all week. Because what I'm hoping for is maybe it might work. And the image I'm going to use today, oh, can you see that? It should nice so you can see it better. Anyway, 1929 Illusion Dog. Ocean Andalou. Me not being French, I've got the worst French pronunciation ever. It was a film directed by Louis Buñuel. Louis Buñuel. He directed it anyway. Salvador Dali co-wrote it, if I remember right. I might be getting this wrong. I hope I'm not getting this wrong. But I think it's Buñuel and I think Salvador Dali. So the idea of the game is to put a positive image. There's no washing out with this. There's no way I can get it to show. I've got no white paper to hand. Oh, what's this? It's a bell, but no, that won't do it. Anyhow, I waffle a lot. So again, I'm going to try and do this. And this time, I'm just going to put the photograph on the leaf. Same as I did last time. And just hopefully, I'm going to try to get the most detail within the leaf bit. It's quite pixelated, the image. I've took it off a photocopier. But there are some eyes there, the hand and that. Hopefully, so all I've done, board, leaf, acetate, glass, press it down onto it, check it where you want it. And I'm hoping there's some of the contrasts in this sort of acetate are better than the one I used last time. Plus it's a positive image I've got this time. Last time I did this, it was a negative image. Didn't get anything, got a couple of marks on the leaf, but that was it. And again, I'm just going to put bulldog clips around, keep it all in. And then this is just going to go in the window. And this one, I'm going to leave for a fortnight. So hopefully, within a fortnight, this will have an image on it. That's what I'm hoping for. It's always hope in this world. And in this case, this is what I'm hoping for. I'm just hoping I don't break the frame as I'm doing it. And what we have at the end of this is literally a leaf. Oh, it's all getting reflective. A leaf with the image on it like that, on acetate. Now this needs to go into the sun for about a fortnight, I think. The second experiment I'm doing, which is where I think, is going to involve another leaf. And this time, I'm going to use some chemical process involved in this. So the plan being, this is the plan. I'm going to use Tears by Man Ray again. Again, surrealist artwork from the turn of the century, which is my thing. But this time, what we're going to do, we're going to take the leaf. This is the experiment. Take the leaf. I'm going to place that on the board. The board's not as big this time. It's a smaller board, but it's a board all the same. I'm going to take the image, Teased by Man Ray, and I'm going to place that right in the middle of the leaf. Sort of. Right in the middle. Yeah. And then a piece of glass over the top. Like so. And then I'm going to clamp it all together with the bulldog clips again. Now, because the way I'm doing this, if there's any bulldog clamp over the leaf, that'll do the same thing as what I'm doing here. So there might be marks on the bulldog clips. I don't like mine marks, fingerprints, rips, things not being lined up. Quite encourage myself to do that in my work. I think there's too much I can't even get the word out. Formalities in the world. Things are too organised. Things are too straight. Things are too perfect. Things are too high resolution. I'm not bothered about how much resolution and how much detail and finery is involved. I don't really care. What I cared about was trying to get that onto that leaf. Don't care if it's square or whatever. Just don't care. If anything, I probably prefer it not to be square. It's a little weirder, but you know, one of them. And I'm just making sure there's plenty of bulldog clips on it. So it's really squashed, so light isn't getting in from other places, so it can only come from one way. As the process evolves, blacken out light to get an image. I need to black some of that light out. Oh, look at that. Bit of a fold going on. There we go, we've got that on there. This is different though. So this is chemical processes. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put that leaf in the sunlight until early this evening. At which point, I'm going to take the leaf out of sunlight and then I'm going to blanch it in boiling water. Then I'm going to take that very same leaf that I blanched in boiling water and mix it with, well, soak it in some alcohol. Now, the alcohol needs to be hot, which is dangerous, because heat alcohol, it can burst into flame, it can flambe. My leaf might end up flambéed. But what I've got some isopropyl alcohol, which comes with all its warnings. One of them, don't heat it. Right. Well, I've also got old trusty Smirnoff. Now, I know that this tastes all right because I tried it last time. I wouldn't try tasting the other one because I'd die. Because it's poisonous. It's too strong. But this, so the idea being that I put the leaf in the sun. It agitates the starches within the leaf, photosynthesis type stuff going on, which I actually know about, but yeah, so blanch the leaf, which will make it soft. Put it in hot alcohol, which should strip the green out of it. It should take the chlorophyll out of it. This is what the scientists tell me. Follow the science. Follow the science. So the chlorophyll, the green, will be taken out the leaf, which will leave a lighter leaf. It might not be white, but it won't be dead dark green. It won't be dark green. This is what I'm hoping for. After that, I'm going to take it out of that hot alcohol, which will have all the colours stripped out the leaf by this point. At which point, I need to add some iodine. Again, there's little cautions on this, but iodine can be used for all sorts of interesting things. Now I've looked at iodine, what it's for. It's really quite a thing. It can irritate your eye, hands. Made you wear protective clothing. I've got my jogging top on. Anyway, when adding the iodine to the leaf, after it's been blanched, after it's been soaked in alcohol, the iodine should aim itself towards the areas where there's most starch, least starch, most starch. I have to check that. And what will happen is it'll develop a photograph on the leaf. So the idea will stick to parts of it, which other parts are to do with light and things. But hopefully, I'll end up with a photograph on a leaf. So this whole thing I've been doing with the anthrotype, the leaf thing, and the cat. All I'm trying to do is capture some light on a leaf. It's not much to ask. There's science behind this, and I've done lots of research into it. It's been being done for well over a century. I haven't managed it yet. So maybe because I'm not a scientist. Maybe because I'm not a very good photographer as well. But this is the plan. It's interesting. It's interesting me. It's interesting me because if I can take... Oh, I've just broken that already. Look at that. If I can take these little bits of glass and things into literally get people developing things on leaves outside, organic. Which sounds good to me. I can't believe I've broken that. I only picked it up the second time it's broke. Got a crack in it already. They don't last long with me, these things. They really don't. I've gone through so many frames in the last 2 years, it's unreal. So that's the plan. These are the leaves, getting them into the sun. I'm going to be doing an anthrotype experiment again today. Today's one, I've got spinach leaves instead of petals. Anyway, the dog's barking, I'm going to go.